All right, welcome back to eXp Realty Minnesota. Today we're talking again with Jordan Harvey, and we're talking about the most recent market update. Welcome to the program today, Jordan. How you doing?
Hey, doing good. Thanks for having me on again. It was an exciting conversation last week about offers, and I think what we're going to talk about the current market.
Yeah, I think, just from both of us I think we both work with quite a bit of buyers, but I do have a lot of sellers. And so I really think it's a good time to start talking to those sellers. I know there's a lot of people who currently own homes who have these really great rates. And in conversations, they're saying, hey, why should I sell now and pay more in interest? And my answer is, well, you are going to get top dollar from your home today. So maybe Jordan's got some insight on that, on what's happening with active inventory and new properties coming on the market.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens a lot, especially with sellers, is that they got this great rate that they got from 2019 to 2022 when rates were at around 3%. It's really hard to kind of give up that rate just because that's a financial asset. What I think kind of people forget about though is in real estate is that there's appreciation. And if you own a house at 300, 350, yeah, you could definitely sell it for top dollar right now and move into a house that's worth five, six, $700,000. That's a little bit bigger. And yeah, you're going to have definitely a bigger payment, not only because it's more money to purchase those types of houses, but also because the rates are higher. And that's that is playing a factor with going on market and creating some of these inventory shortages. But what I'd like to talk about is kind of like the appreciation aspect of it. If you have a house that's only worth 300, 350, your appreciation, let's just say, is 10%. You're only looking at $30,000 to $35,000 for an appreciation standpoint. As where if you had a $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 home, appreciation again at 10% is going to put you in that $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. So what I would like to really people to kind of strive for is, moving into a better home is going to, increase your appreciation and your overall investment on your real estate transaction.
And there's a lot of good options too, is you can do a rate buy down or potentially go into a 15-year mortgage and get I think a very competitive rate. Yes, it's not, I don't think we're going to get back to those 2020 rates anytime soon. But on the flip side of that, with like record low inventory, we were taking a look at some of the data going back 2013, 2008 to find like there's no time that we've had a lower inventory. And I think for homeowners who are in a home looking at that, you're going to get more for your home today than obviously it's going to continue to appreciate. But right now with low inventory, you're going to get a lot for your house. And that's something to definitely consider.
Yeah, it kind of comes down to the opportunity of building equity, in a better appreciation home. I think would probably be a driving factor for people to actually sell. Personally, I just think with the way rates are at, it's going to be hard for them to bring the rate down because currently, we are seeing multiple offers on properties. And for me, rates are going to be at those high 6s, 7%, well and above. If they go down to 6, it's gonna create some more need to, or more want and motivation to buy, which in turn is going to increase price. So maybe sellers are waiting for that too to get more money out of their home. It kind of just comes down to the calculation. If they can buy into a better home, get more appreciation, and sell their current home, it might put them in a better spot. But I think that the safe bet is always, you can always keep and then sell when it's high. But how much higher can it go? Right?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's a lot. I think we talked about this in the last video where the people who are purchasing today are more geared toward need to purchase rather than want to purchase, and so even though we have really low inventory on properties that I've been showing for buyers, 90% of the time when they request a showing on a property, I'm able to get them into that house and show them the property. And so like in years past, if you reached out and you said, hey, I want to see this house on Saturday, like the answer was no, like we have to go right now today, or we're not going to be able to get in that house. And so having so many buyers be locked into that need to purchase, I think even though we have low inventory, we have all this other pressure on the market, I do feel like you can get into a property and you can win. Is that going to be the same? Let's say if rates come down July or August, let's say rates come down a couple of points. Is that going to be the same situation, or is that low inventory going to create a bigger problem for buyers?
Oh, I think 100% if rates come down, you're gonna have a lot more buyers out. When I'm seeing, if I got 10 buyers, I'd say 5 of them are waiting for the rate to come down. You have 2 or 3 who are just waiting for the right house, and then you have 1 or 2 buyers who are in absolute need of a home.
Mm-hmm.
Those 1 or 2 buyers are going to be the ones, competing to get a house, and those are the buyers who are winning because they're willing to do what they need to do to get the house in the market that we're currently in.
Mm-hmm. I have had a few seller appointments where we've brought up this conversation about what's happening in the media. And I think one of the things, and maybe it's a misconception, is people are saying, oh, well, now that this lawsuit is wrapping up, it's going to cost less to sell a house. And the information that I'm saying to my sellers, obviously we don't have sort of the final aspect of that, is for my business, I plan on continuing to operate similarly. I think the way it's set up, that it makes sense to use a buyer's agent, to have the seller pay the buyer's agent. Obviously, if a seller doesn't want to do that, that's their choice, but it may not be a best case scenario for me. Are you planning to make any transitions to your business, or are you going to continue to operate similar going forward?
Yeah, I don't really see a whole lot of change in compensation. I think it's more going to be just a disclosure and chat with buyers on how realtors are getting paid. I think with just the community and the market and the NAR, we've already had flat fee listing brokerages. I know Redfin will do like a 1% commission or whatever in the listing fee. There's always they always have some kind of
Discount programs.
Yeah, and it's like that's been around for ages, and it comes down to what you're worth, and it's and what I tell clients too, it's in real estate everything's negotiable, coming down to my commission, the house, and how you go through the process.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be a conversation more than like I'm going to dock pay here and there. You can always charge more if you're gonna do more work. For me, like if I'm gonna list a property and they're gonna fix it up and flip it to make more money, and they want me to design it, yeah, I'm probably gonna charge a little bit more because I'm gonna be designing the flip, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it just comes down to the services you provide and how much you want to charge. And I think it'll be more of a discussion that happens with clients and and getting that buyer representation signed.
I think at the end of the day, it will probably just be maybe an additional disclosure or an added form will probably be the big change. Maybe a little bit more of a discussion with the sellers, really specific about how those commissions break down, also with the buyers. On another topic, I recently joined the advisory group, and I've never done a listing through the advisory. What are some of the features and benefits that sellers can expect when they sign a listing with either Jordan or myself, members of the advisory group? What are some of the things that we do for our clients?
Oh boy, we have a huge process when we list appointment. Not only are you going to get one of the top tier agents that have the information, what's selling, giving our clients the information they need to sell their house for the most amount of money, but what are kind of the executive things that go into that? Some of those are getting measurements signed up, getting all the data correctly into the MLS for market. Making sure it's hitting, the platforms correctly to make you on the top of the algorithm, because we live in an online world now, and you got to be on that top of that algorithm. And we do a great job of getting people's homes up for sale and getting them into the data and phones and computers of the buyers out there.
I think like even on the littlest things, like as agents, yes, in the past have done measurements. yes, I can work a tape measure. Is it the best use of my time to go into your home and to do measurements? It's not. And my understanding is that we have a team. Basically, once we hand that off, we've got specialists who focus their business just on that aspect. And like even on the simplest little thing, like tagging and titling the images. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but having somebody there to go through and tag and title each one of those images so that the information is there, you can see it on the MLS, makes a big difference. I also saw that we do a staging consult for different price points that's included. Have you used that staging service? Have your clients found out from that?
Every time I'm, recommending a staging consultation, having it be their own furniture or putting staging in there. I mean, generally staging is generally going to help because you're staging it, right? You're putting up the home and, making it more, emotionally attachable for buyers to, put an offer on your property. And, it kind of goes a long ways. I mean, it's not just, staging consultation and, measuring bedrooms. It's also like the things about the home that we can put into the advertisements to help attract buyers too. So, and also taking care of the back end work with city inspections and kind of going over some of the other parts of the transaction that you're going to deal with, such as negotiation and actually selling your home and executing.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to bring some listings in this summer. I know I have a lot of customers that I've been working with for a long period who've been kind of holding off. They've already retired. They want to sell. And so I'm excited to have all professional photos, staging consults, administrative support, and bring this to my client experience. I think it's going to be a huge, huge benefit to them. Any closing thoughts before we wrap up this video today?
Yeah, I think you hit it right in the home. I think, we have a process at the advisory team, and it really it shows with the numbers and, selling homes for a lot more when you go through our process than, going down the street with the guy in flip-flops to, list your home for, at a discount. So I think
I will wear flip-flops. I'm actually wearing flip-flops right now, but I will not show up to your appointment wearing flip-flops, but I am wearing them now. Just FYI, I wanted to clarify that. So
comfort in your own home.
yes. Thanks for coming on. If you're watching this video, if you got any questions, reach out to either Jordan or myself. Make sure you like, comment, add information. If you need something specific, let us know. We're available to you. Thanks for coming on, Jordan.
Yeah, appreciate it, Justin. Thank you.
And have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.